Hi everyone. Hi mommy. Mommy doesn't say hi back to me. Maybe she's gone. How can she go to God or heaven without me? When I have not been going to God or heaven without her, I had started to fight with God for her, that I will not accept your heaven, God, if mommy is not in it. So, you see, this is what it is that Zahra Jawad has fought with God for mommy. And yes, this comedian is back again today. It's nighttime. It's evening. What is the song for mommy in the evening? An Evening in Paris. Shami Kapoor sings it in an Indian movie. An Evening in Paris. And my mommy is there. And where are we now? We are on the Eiffel Tower. And now we are in the river. Sierra River. We are cruising through Paris. We are in the 5-star hotel now in Paris. And whatever happened. We are walking. That's why I bought for her Champs-Élysées perfume from London, but I didn't give it to her. Anyhow, we are walking on Champs-Élysées. It is evening. Night in Paris is alive, awake, and now we come back here. So, excuse me, I was now thinking of giving you people thank you for being here with me. So much of an audience. Thank you, Bibi Maryam alayhi salam. Salawat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. His Highness Akhan, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. It means that we have an audience here. God is present. That's what later on Mr. Paulo Coelho has written in The Alchemist. I think that every encounter of your search is with God. And so when you are going after your dream, this book really helped me without mommy. Well, I went and saw her going back to my home in Karachi, and they're reading his book in the Emirates airline. So when your heart is, tearing, and it was really terrible, and thank God so much that I found this book that consoled my being. Sometimes we have to leave our treasures to go and do something that has to be done for our treasures back home. One being Mommy, my greatest gift of nature, and God, the greatest treasure of my life. And I cannot say enough about The Alchemist, how I went when I was feeling homesick, and I went in the bookstore and I found this book. So I left it to read it in the aircraft while going home from London to Karachi. And one more poem I've missed, I think, about the Mummy. That Mummy makes my life so funny. Feelings run in my tummy, and there's no one as yummy as my Mummy, who speaks to me words of honey, feeding me sweetest honey. And I've made a wish to the Easter Bunny to keep me with my Mummy always. And there's also about the fairy godmother who makes things come true in a garden of love, heavenly garden. We have everything eternalized. So the seeds, love seeds that we have planted long ago, they are in full bloom. They never die. Like Luther Vandross sings, love is everlasting. Everlasting. Its flowers never die. Plants never die of love. The seed of love once sown reaps eternally. Plants, shrubs, everlasting, evergreen. I think Luther Vandross sang, love is evergreen. And so this was my poem as far as I remember about my Mummy. And what else is there? Mummy makes my life so funny. And I giggle and yes, burst out into laughter. And there's this other one that I gave to Chichi, Miss Shafiqa Fikri, that it is about reincarnation. I have known you somewhere in time. This was an inspiration from the movie Somewhere in Time. So I remember a few lines about this poem that I gave to Chi Chi, ऐसी Miss Shafiqa Fikri. Somewhere in time you were mine. Although the faces have changed in time, but the feelings remain the same. So these feelings are what? These feelings that make you realize the truth in your being. Not intellectually. I understand everything because I love. That's what someone said. This is a quote from someone, a famous writer or someone, I don't know. So this is the same for me, that I cannot understand anything without love, without the beloved being there. And I saw her, this mommy, who is all my heaven. It is like finding my life and myself after having lost myself into her. I have found myself and the meaning of my life. Thanks to my gracious Lord. It is very, very hard to find someone who has the same aura and all that. Sometimes I don't know. I think that the mommy has changed with the times and I have been stupid. So I sing that song of Dagh movie. But not now, because I do not want to fill my mommy's cup with my tears of sorrow and complaints about life and living. Since now that I have met mommy, and when I met her, my problem seemed so microscopic. All that pain that I was feeling gone, vanished. Boom! It was like God gave a kick to my past and just sent it out of my head, mind, being, heart. So that was really great, a greatest miracle of my life. Everything is possible for God. So when the right time came, the right person came, and the wrong people, everything gone with the wind. So this was the miracle I cannot explain. I will try to explain. What a miracle. I'm so glad. I'm just so astonished. I was dying. Not 1 second of peace did I find. Darkness had enveloped my life through and through. That's why the 1985, I think, Hasina Moin's drama, Tanhaya, The one thing that they spoke about was this darkness. Zen. Yes. Zen and his father. And the Zen says that so much darkness has come or something. And the father says that no, how can this be? A person who is loving, who has love, how can there be darkness and all this? So this is what I also wondered, because at that time of separation with Mr. Sa, there was just extreme darkness. The charm of life had gone. I was lifeless, but yet suffering agonizing pain without Mr. Sa, and never could make it with Mr. Sa. And then I was banned to talk about or take her name even. There are so many restrictions, not to love someone like this, like that, not to take their name. What a life. If you want to put love in a prison, you want to make love a prison, you can make love a prison. But what is freedom? You know, when you are a loving person, when you yourself are free. That is what I told Ms. Disa. Let us be free with one another. She must have took it in a different manner. What did I mean by that? I meant, let God be free and love be free. So, what do I mean by this? That God is free? How free is God? God is very free with us. Do you know that when we take the name of God, we are not supposed to say out of respect day, like we say to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So we are supposed to say like you to God. And in Urdu we say tu. E Khuda tu kya kar raha hai? We do not say aap in respect. So God, we say Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, but we do not say to aap to God. We say tu, e Khuda. That's how free we are with God. This is what I was told. So anyhow, now we go to another topic about my mummy. And it is that her birthday has just passed by, and so has Eid. Eid Mubarak and happy birthday. History has repeated itself in a distorted manner. First it was my birthday, there was Eid, and Ms. Tissa's sister had come from Canada. Oh God, I'm saying too many details. I could be killed. But let me go on. I hope I'm not offending anyone with the private talk coming out to the world. This is the story of my life. And some people are very private. So I'm very, very scared that I might have been disobedient. And what is the other word? Disrespectful for their, thoughtless, not thoughtful about their wishes to just be private. So let us now talk about something else about my mommy and me. God said, keep this a secret. You are spilling too many secrets out, that you are giving the enemy the chance to... Oh God, you are so stupid, Sarah. God has said in Istikhara, keep your secrets to yourself. Do not tell the world how important mommy is. People can take this weakness and really play with your everything, because she's your everything, and they can then exploit this, manipulate this, even get you trapped over this like they did years before. But you know what? You do not know better than God. Well, no, I don't know better than God. But then there was this other thing in the Istikhara, that was to trust God. But tie your camel. Whew. If you are going to say that the principal is your sedative, she's your antidepressant pill, just, you know what the enemy can do to you? Do not give the enemy the chance to do these things. The enemy was right in my Astin ka samp, okay? So, okay, Sarah. But you know, and then don't sit and cry that, oh my God, this has happened, and my enemy has gone into my principal's house, and I will break their heads. Before that, I hope God breaks their heads. God has promised me God will break my enemies' heads, because I trust in God, and I have loved someone, and no one dare, but people do dare. If they do anything to my mommy, I will get up. You know, what can I do for love? You never know what I can do, and what God can do for love. God can come down for love. God has come down for love. So Zahra Jawad thinks that God has come down for love. This is the only thing that God comes down for. I mean, with due respect to those who, in a religious, scholarly manner, love God, obey Him, their obedience to Him, their humility, that is something I cannot imagine, reach, and I honor those people. I salute those people who are humble, obedient, who never complain, and so obedient, so lucky, so blessed. I mean, that is something I just salute them. But here I am. I don't know why I'm like this, a heretic, you may call me, for love or something. And so God has made life so much fun for me. Mommy came. So this is what it is. And God and I have been playing around. I mean, we have been happy. Happiness, it is not, we play like children. Like Khalil Gibran said, that look at God, he could be waving through the trees to you. Actually, life was so devastating without my mommy. And when I found her, I found my heaven. And God was saying, when you speak of your love, meaning when you speak of mommy to me, what happens? He just comes. He comes. What does he do? He really enjoys it. God is enjoying. God just loves it. God is enjoying. God is happy. You are happy. God is happy. With mommy? Yes. God doesn't have any of these feelings. God doesn't have feelings, but he has much, what you call it, much, he gives importance to our feelings. Yes. God doesn't get angry. I mean, in feeling, he doesn't have any feelings. Doesn't have any feelings. And yet, there is this anger. If you hurt another person, yes. So what is this about love being the greatest? It is in the Corinthian Bible that love is the greatest from hope and faith. I just don't know how to. It is a mystery. You have got to love someone, or I don't know. So let us discover now, without the love, what is. And what is love? Is love a feeling or an intellectual process? Can we think love? Or do we feel love? We can talk about love, we can think about love, but we must feel love. It is like when you have a repulsion against something and attraction. So this is how I can explain in my life. Crying for Miss Tissa. After that, what happened is, in the end, I became very neurotic and repulsive. I was just destroying myself, going into repulsions about this and that in life. I couldn't stand this, I couldn't stand that. And I could just die if a hypocrite came in front of me and everything was turning very, very ugly. So we shall sing the song that I sang in CAS. हर किसी को नहीं मिलता यहाँ प्यार जिंदगी में, खुशनसीब है वो जिनको है मिली ये बहार जिंदगी में. So it is like love is like springtime. Oh yes, and when you have love, you feel like life is yours, that you have some rights to live and breathe. So when you have this love, you have a sense of belonging. The sense of belonging is very important. Otherwise, you would be lost. You would be a stranger to life itself. So being a stranger to life and living, this is what it is. Love gives us a sense of belonging. Or is it that when we have a sense of belonging, we feel we love that person? Like Mrs. Munira Gulzar gave a sense of belonging. And the more about her, I believed that she was the one that God sent. Hey, now you're here. This is the song by, I've forgotten. I've looked all my life, now you're here. Never thought love could feel so tender. So this mummy, she was so warm, soft, and so understanding. And I could also play with her. And I tried to tickle her, but she does not tickle. She doesn't feel ticklish at all. That is one thing we do not have in common. And can you please tell me where she is now? And today it was like she was living inside of me, and so she wanted I think she wanted to go to Hamdard school or open the books or something for a lesson in life. So I told her, just relax, mommy, be with me here, and let us just be. But then I got up. What is the lesson of life? This is a Friday. It was a Friday, and it still is. So my mind went to her sister and my life and how the directions of God is taking place, and how my life could have turned out like her sister's life if the choices I had made, not thinking, or maybe like that, somehow making emotional mistakes, or whatever the mistake was. Like in the Portrait of a Lady, Henry James novel, Isabel makes a mistake by marrying that man. And so there were some novels and classic literature books that I read after I got separated from Miss Dissa. And this was one of the novels I read, The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. Now I can't read it again. After meeting my mommy, and and Les Miserables, another novel by Victor Hugo, I cannot read again, but I do tend to go back to it. And Villette, another novel I cannot read by Charlotte Bronte. So now here it comes. The truth I must tell my mommy about my life. Ooh. How do I tell the truth? I mean, certain things that these tragedies, they really do not matter. They would not matter if mommy was with me. Well, I don't know, I should not say this to mommy, because she will start to scream and scream. So one day she told me that she would scream if I told her I was waiting for her. I mean, I was waiting and probably dreadfully waiting that she will call and say, cancel the birthday going out for dinner with her. So anyhow, it was really, really fun with mommy. For 2 years, I was thanking God, what a beautiful soul you have sent. And I could not thank him enough. I mean, then 4 years, because she did not retire in my second year, end of second year, and she came back, and we had 2 more years together. So, oh yes, I was talking about the love, feelings, and why is love so important? Life without love, I don't know. Life without the beloved, I don't know. People have blamed me for worshipping love. So I've written a poem, long time ago, that love is, oh God, I was so enthusiastic about love I was so in this natural state of being, in this love. In school, love came first. Loving a teacher, making her my family. So it is about the relationships, yeah? Life is about relationships, is it? Well, I think that everything is interconnected. What we do now has a ripple effect on our future. Maybe not today, tomorrow. The wheels of time, Hafiz says, would give me my desire. So these wheels of time, yeah, time is like this, that it goes on. But time with my mommy, I felt that it should freeze, stand still, and we could just stand still, but then would this be an image forever eternalized? Just stand still and maybe be repeated again and again. So would I get bored? Most definitely. But at that time I felt that I would not get bored. Let us repeat this every day. Go to school, see mommy. I did not get bored. And so this is the miracle. Otherwise I get bored very quickly. In depression also and all this. So mommy had made my life so interesting, brought back the charm that once was no more. It had died. Life seems so dark. And so these are the relationships that matter more than our lives at times. This is why we are here. I believe a lot, but I have no evidence, scientific proof to tell you that mommy or what is this feeling? No measurement. Only someone did tell me in college that I love my mommy 100% and shocked the living daylights out of me. I thought that, oh no, I had now become so mature and I was not going to get attached to this principle. I can only pass time, enjoy myself, let her be free, and myself be free, and breathe in my life. And thank God for mommy's presence. And then when she is no more, I thought that I loved God and that God loved me. And this was between me and God. So, no more of those nights of terrible, horrifying moments, unending years like hell. No, nay, love, stay away. Nay, heart, do not go there. Are you crazy? Why was God sending me there? If God was sending me there, then I have put my trust in God and relied on God. And now I'm asking, who is God? God is the creator. Okay, the one thing that was pointing to that house, go there, go there, go there. That was the phenomenal happenings, the signs, the miracles. Flower petals were going up and down, bouncing, because yes, a moment in my life had come where I didn't want to be, where I didn't want was. So I thought, I looked at the leaves, I looked at the animals, I looked at the people, I looked at the flowers, plants, trees. Do you really want to be here? So it had become like this for me. I was forced to be somewhere I was not wanting to be. My heart didn't want to be there. And yet I was forced to be alive without someone in the past. So when I was taking this pot of daisies, special daisies from Africa, I think. Or it was not Africa, but I've checked in Google search later that these blue in the middle corona of the flower they are from Africa, but from the nursery that I bought, the man said that these are foreign flowers. So I took them to mommy, and one of the pots I had on my lap. And so inside my mind I was thinking, so I was just talking to them inside my mind, and the petals started bouncing up and down. I asked, I'm taking you to my mommy. Are you happy? Will you be happy? Is it okay for you? And the petals just one, two, like that, lifted, and they started to bounce up and down, up and down. There was no wind doing this in the car to them. But when I took them to mommy's place, it was her New Year gift. I didn't tell her that the petals were bouncing. It was a miracle phenomena while I was talking to them and this and that. I just told her that this pot of flowers are very special. I didn't want to bring too much of emotions and sentimental stuff in her life. I wanted her to be the way she has just been taught herself, or her life has taught herself to be. And I didn't want to impose any miracles and phenomena and things like that on her or her sister Chichi. But once it did happen, and again, I didn't tell her. I told Chichi. Chichi told me. Gigi couldn't believe that this was true, that I heard Mummy's voice. The day after, in the government college for women, where our exams were taking place. So one elective English, advanced English exam, I heard the Mummy screaming, shouting. So I went to her in college, our college, St. Joseph's College, after the exam, and I asked her. So she told me that she was there the day before, and that day she sent Mrs. Sattar with a group of science teachers. And I asked her if she was screaming. She said that she was shouting at a staff member the day before. And there was no way that I was there the day before. I was studying for my advanced English, elective English exam. And no one had told me this. So you see, things like this. And then of course now I thought she had come, but I didn't see her. I saw Mrs. Sattar come in with a few teachers in our class while we were giving the exam. And so I wanted to ask her, but it came out to be like a miracle that she was not there. I heard her voice the next day. And then I told her sister Chichi when she came from convent school. And however, I've tried to minimize these kind of, too much emotional, sentimental stuff. This is between me and God, that I didn't want to get them involved too deeply into these things. So I will come again about my mommy, perhaps. And now I will leave you all, my crazies. No, sorry. I mean mommy's crazies. Brave people who are there. May God bless you much, always, with the beautiful life, relationships, love, heavenly treasures, unbound, increasing in blessings. Every breath of the way, may we feel God. So breathe in, we are feeling God. Breathe out, we are feeling God. And the stars, the space, the immensity, the way God has created everything, you can see there's immense abundance. It is such a miracle. How can we be gods? We who are now in parts, divided, but one in soul, in spirit. But this Creator, who is He? Whoever He is, what we need to know is how to live here in peace and harmony with each other, with ourselves, content. Alhamdulillah that God gave us life, love, and if we are deprived of certain things in life, let it be. You are not alone, I am too. Perhaps you think you are not that beautiful. Maybe you have a defect. Maybe you don't like something about yourselves. Like, I don't like my hair. It is too frizzy. And there may be at certain times, certain things we may not like. Maybe our behavior. So, behaviors can be reformed. Hair can be straightened. But let us be natural now and accept our natural selves. God has given us through our genes. Let us accept our genes, our DNAs, our families, horrid as ever, some of them, but we must accept them. It was terrible since I was born. Not since I was born. I was in my mother's hands, arms, but a little afterwards. No child should go through this. What I went through in my childhood. But we may pray about it, and then we can later on raise awareness about it. That how I could have gone bad with this terrible family member being there and what she was doing to me. But goodness, it is. Mommy came in my life, and I had a mother, beautiful mother, with a beautiful heart, and so it kind of balances things, and sometimes we are out of balance. So what is there? We all believe in God, but do we really believe in God? If we believe in the glories of God, then why do we do the things we do, harming and depriving and fighting and getting upset and damaging souls? So, what is a soul? Can it be damaged? But the Bible says, do not let another fall from grace. So this is what I mean. And we must be careful. If we say we believe in God, it is something that we must then believe in each and every life we live. Living here, every life that is living here, we must not harm. If we say we believe in God, we must not harm one another. And if we say, no, if we feel we have been wronged by another human being, then we must complain about it, do something, not to hurt another person, take our frustrations out on other people, and go wonky, weird, crazy, wicked. If another person has hurt us and we want to hurt someone else now because we have been hurt in life, so can this person say that they believe in God? No. Everyone has to go through some pain in life, troubles come. Some people go crazy. You see, because some people get hurt and then they want to hurt another people, some other person. Take revenge. They go nuts. And some people even go crazy who have seen their parents, like the father hitting the wife, the mother. So then this thing is absorbed, and they say that if the male person sees it, the son sees this, then he does the same thing. So this is, it goes on, they start hurting other people for no rhyme or reason, but that they have been hurting and they have hurt. They have been in pain, they have lost. And if this goes on, then how to deal with this? I don't know. How I would see it is that that the God I believe in is just. So this God that I believe in is just. And you have to see that justice one day will be done. And to love justice. We believe in a God that is just. He simply cannot be unjust. That would be cruel evil. So He is merciful, He is just.